Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Reaper. Man, is here. Okay. What was I gonna do? I was gonna figure out how to make leads. So leads. Can I make a lead? I think I need to. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I think I need to get something like a string from a friggin' thing. So I'm just gonna go down to the mine and dig a goddamn hole. I am a dwarf. Actually, what was it? I was just watching. Been watching a lot of weird documentary things on Netflix. And I got really into one that was called, it was like Killer Kids, and now I'm watching one called, Killer Women. It's only got 2 episodes, but it looks intriguing. I don't know about it. I don't know why I'm so interested in this kind of stuff, but it's just kind of fascinating. I'm like, oh, so this is what crazy people look like. Like there's ever any question of what crazy people look like. I don't know. It's just, I find criminal stuff kind of interesting, but not in the way a lot of other people find it interesting. Like, I find it interesting because of the psychology behind it. I love the psychology, the reasons, the things like that. I don't like hearing about the bloody murders or attacks. I want to learn about the psychology behind the criminal, kind of. In a way. I don't know why. That's a weird thing to be like, oh yeah, I like to learn about how crazy people think. Shut up. But yeah, today, I was just thinking about it and I was like, I'm just so different from other, like, people when I think about stuff like that. Cause, I have, like, trauma and stuff like that, and in a lot of criminal things, I would be most likely to do criminal acts. Like, people say, like, I should have been addicted to drugs, I should have been suicidal, I should have been in with bad people, dated horrible people, but I never did. Mostly because I never dated, but whatever. But that is a side tangent, but I always find that kind of interesting, like, how psychology works differently on different people. Like, I have complex post-traumatic stress disorder. You have people with PTSD, just regular PTSD, have it worse in their head than me. And I find it very interesting how psychology kind of affects people differently. Part of the reason why I want to become a medical secretary, I want to work in like a mental situation, like work for a psychologist, psychiatrist, therapist, something like that. Because I think that would be really cool to just learn. And to be like, oh, so this is how this works. I don't know, it's a bit weird, I know, but I just find it interesting. Funny thing is, I took psychology in, uni, and, people don't know that's university. I took psychology in uni, and I fucking hated it, but it was, like, all the scientific part, it wasn't really about that, like, the thinking part of it, where you're like, oh, this and this and this. It's all about, like, brain synapses and all that. I don't want to know this. I want to know, like, the other stuff. So, that's why I watch a lot of stuff with psychology. I love psychology stuff. It's so fun. That's why I kind of research a lot into mental health. And why, in my heart, I kind of see myself as an advocate for mental health because, in a way, I've kind of like I lived through it, number one, which helps a lot if you're going to be an advocate for something. Have been through it is a really good thing to like be like, yeah, I've been through it. But for me, it was more along the lines of uh, I don't want to say like I'm trying to put this in the right way. It's more along the lines to me that this is just how it works. Like, one thing I was constantly told was, now, and since I was diagnosed with mental health, was that I was the lucky one. I was the one who got out of it pretty unscathed, and I'm like, I have an identity disorder. I have dissociation. I have mental problems like ADHD or mild autism or something like that. I'm not too sure yet. We'll find out soon. But like, I am very badly mentally damaged and mentally scarred. But they say I'm lucky or better or so much more stable than others just because of the fact that I didn't get into stuff like drugs and things like that. And I find that kind of weird, because I'm like, is that really the judge of how healthy you are? Like, I did other things. I didn't do drugs, but I did other things that weren't healthy. I may not have ever cut myself, but I did other things that weren't healthy for me. Just because I didn't do something, like, obviously harmful, doesn't mean I didn't do harmful actions to survive. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, one thing I like to tell people and doctors, especially mental health doctors, is like, I lived in a fantasy for many years. And when I mean many years, I really do mean many years. Like, for most of my childhood, I lived in, like, a fantasy in my head that made everything in the world different. I wasn't a girl named Sarah. I wasn't born and raised Prince Edward Island girl. I was from New York City. My mother had to give me away for adoption. Stuff like that. So I've always had that kind of thinking, and I'm like, that is not healthy thinking. And I know it's not like, it's like the lesser of two evil kind of deals, but I'm like, how much of a lesser evil is it that I literally was, in a way, like, completely and utterly insane? Like, if a doctor had seen me back then, I would have been deemed a whole lot of things. Like, I can only imagine being told as a young child that I was schizophrenic. I can imagine that. I can imagine being told that, because to me, in my mind, that makes sense for people to say that, because I am not normal. I am not healthy. And I know that. But it's just a weird thing, I guess. Something that, like, people like me won't really ever get. It'll just be more of a, I see what you did there kind of thing. I don't really know. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm talking about like 98% of the time. I don't even know why I went on this tangent. I just wanted to talk about mental health for a bit and kind of debunk a couple things. Because I notice people say, like, that you need to have certain, like, mental health stuff and that kind of dealio, I don't know, to be able to, like, I don't know. It's one of those weird things where you're like, is this really how the things work? But yeah. Keep that on me. You can go there. You can go there. What do I get for new recipes? Let's see. Nothing there. Nothing there. Okay. I'm gonna need to kill some spiders, which I should be able to do soon, actually. Whoop whoop. Everybody say hail, hail. And now everybody say low, oh, oh. Yeah. I'm pretty talkative this episode. I think it's because it's nearly time for school, so I know I don't have that much time to do, like, editing and, like, not talk for periods of time, so I need to come up with stuff to talk about. So, like, the mental health junk I was just rambling on about, that's a good conversation. And I find it that, I'm wanting to have different conversation with you. I'm not going to be the YouTuber who's, like, role-playing, like, I'm a transformer lost on this planet and stuff like that. No, this channel is me. Like, I may play certain games and I may like certain things, but in the end, this channel isn't about that. It's about me. It's about me. It always will be about me, no matter what. Finally, I got some fucking thing. Yes! Still don't know how to make a lead. Nope. Need more than 2 string then. Ah! Escape. Leave. Okay, we're gonna go. Not up there, oh my god. How many creepers do you need? Yeah, go inside. On some spiders during the day. I'm gonna go sleep. But yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing I've been thinking about. Has been like what stuff I want to talk to you guys about. Like, what is this channel really about? And I'm like, this channel is really about how, like, people feel. How I feel. This channel is me. Like, a lot of people really don't understand how, like, how mental health really works. Like, they just don't get it. Like, but I'm just here, like, trying to make sense of it all and trying to really show people what it really means to have mental health issues. Because, in a way, it's kind of clear to me that people don't. Respawn. Run, run. Run, run, Forrest. Run. Kinda wish I had Grace. That's one mod that I think like should be in Minecraft. Is gravestones. Like, come on, Mojang. If like your homie, like friends, can figure out how to do this shit, why can't you? Okay. Pants, helmet, booties, weapon, helmet. Alright, we're going back in there. There you are, you bastard. Now, where did the rest of my stuff go? Oh, there are my torches. I was like, where'd my torches go? Okay, we're gonna go up here. You. There. You. Over there. Okay. Wow. This is pretty cool. Might put my, like, another portal in here. This seems nether portal-y. The things you find, and the things you die for. Like, really, Minecraft. It's amazing how big Minecraft has gotten. Like, my nephew loves Minecraft. Like, he loves Minecraft. But, like, his generation that grew up playing Minecraft are gonna be totally different than my generation who grew up on other games. Like, my generation, it was Sonic the Hedgehog and, like, Legend of Zelda's, like, Wind Waker was my people. I don't know, I'm kind of behind. Like, when people say, oh, this is my gaming generation, I'm like, it's kind of mine too. Mostly because we're backwards here. But, in a way, I had a Sega Genesis, and that was the first gaming system me and my brother ever owned. And then we got PlayStation 1, obviously. But, like, I grew up on Final Fantasy VII, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic the Hedgehog, RoboCop versus Terminator. I am not kidding you. I had RoboCop versus Terminator on the Sega Genesis. There aren't many people that say that are like, hey, I had this really weird game. And I'm like, yep, I totally had it. And it was so fucking weird. Like, I agree. This was a weird thing that we had. But we loved it. And I loved playing those games. The Sonic the Hedgehog. I remember I could never get past the lava world. I always got stuck. Always. Always. I was always stuck in the water world, and it was like a whole lot of, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Kind of thing. If anyone got that, like, understood any of that, props to you, because I didn't even understand that. I was speaking it, and I was like, what the hell am I going on about? It's what happens when you have, like, someone who has no idea what they're doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I really don't. I find that kind of funny. That I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna put this there. Meat. There. There. Uh, there. And stick there. And that dart in there. Yeah, this is kind of my Minecraft. And looks like we're gonna have to come back to another episode. I'm gonna punch this shit. Cause you know what I need. You know what I want. You know what I need. What was it? Right before I started recording this, I was watching, the thing about, deadly women or something like that. And, it was about this girl who apparently got her boyfriend to, like, kill her family. I'm like, whoa, 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 Chicky Boo. Like, you were nice family, had a car, had a job, had all this good stuff. And then I'm looking at my life going, you know what? I could have done with a little bit of, thinning. Like, maybe I could have just gotten rid of a few people. Maybe. And, like, to me, it's like, if someone like me didn't go around murdering, like, people, like, I had fucking every right to. As far as people are concerned, I had fucking every right to, like, beat the shit, kick the shit. I was like that. I still kind of am. I'm still kind of a hothead. This is why I like, when I was a little kid, I associated myself with Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because I was that hothead who was, like, picking fights. And I was like, that's me. But was really tender and sweet underneath. Yeah, that was fucking me. That was me as a child. I think that's actually why I was so into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a kid. Because I could see myself as the characters. And I know, like, most people say, like, oh, they're kind of archetypes. They're just like, there's the hothead, there's the goofy one, there's the blah blah blah, and there's the blah blah blah. And, like, I'm like, I know they're stereotypes, but they're also, like, what make people human. Like, there are hotheads. I am one of them. And the surprising thing is that, like, no one I know now, like, thinks I'm a hothead. Like, I've done a whole 180 on the hothead meter. I went from everyone knowing I was a fucking hothead to, like, only people who knew me as a kid knowing me as a hothead. So it's kind of odd to be like, huh, I'm a hothead. And, like, nobody knows. But yeah, that's just kind of a weird thing. I don't know why that even came in my head. My brain is full of mush, guys. I swear to God. Why'd you listen to me? I mean, thank you for listening, but you guys really can find anyone else? You ran out of crazy people? Alright. We're gonna go inside and go to bed. And that will be the end for this episode. So I love you all very, very, very much. And